This video is sponsored by Checkmate Magazines. Checkmate Industries is the largest OEM handgun magazine manufacturer in the U.S. They have been manufacturing OEM magazines for the most popular brands for years. These are 2011 mags, however, they produce magazines for SIG, Smith & Wesson, Beretta M9 series, Desert Eagles, and M1A M14 mags. Each Checkmate magazine is 100% developed in the U.S., backed by a lifetime warranty to ensure superior performance, reliability, quality, fit, and finish. See everything they offer at checkmatemagazines.com.
Checkmate Mags, getting it done.
Hey there, friends. Thanks for checking in. Last Saturday, I went to a gun show. Now, it's been probably 3 or 4 years since I attended a gun show. This one was in Wood County, Ohio. It was sponsored by the county, and it was located right on the county fairgrounds. And as I pulled up, I noticed that there were people coming out with gun cases, rifle cases, all types of stuff, bags filled with ammo, and I said, this could be good. $6 to get in, which is about average from what I can tell, or how I remember it. And then one of the things that I can't stand is when they want to zip tie your carry gun, or any gun you're coming to show to trade or what, they want to zip tie it. And I had my carry gun on there, and typically they would say, are you carrying? I'd say no, and walk through it right through. But these were county sheriffs, so I didn't want to play around. I went and put my gun back in my truck and came back in. Anyhow, that's what happened. So I'm walking around this gun show. It was huge. People everywhere, a lot going on. But what I was looking for was that one thing that you can't find at a local gun store. There were a lot of classic historical rifles, some chamberings I've never even heard of, a lot of vendors there, a lot of modern stuff, but that's stuff that you can get at a local gun store. I just sort of ignored that, and I was looking for one thing specifically, and I highly doubted I could get it. Now, I have shown you for years, I have owned this Stoeger double barrel coach gun. 20-inch barrels. This has a single trigger. It is unloaded. And with that single trigger, you can fire it pretty quickly. The downside of this, and I'm told it can be removed, is that each time you close the action, the safety instantly goes on. And you saw me there. I went to pull the trigger, and I couldn't. But many people said, and I knew this, to get a true feel of the coach gun, get that cowboy action, get the one with the external hammers, get the one with the double triggers that you could pull both at the same time and fire off 2 shells of 12 gauge, perhaps double out buckshot, something like that, to really get the feeling of the stagecoach days back in the late 1800s. And so I had my eye open for that, as well as something else. I want something different. Not something I could drive down the road and get. And this is what I came up with. I'm going to tell you what I paid for it. But this is an SPM 12. It's a double barrel coach gun. Obviously, 20-inch barrels, that's what a coach gun is. Cylinder chokes. This too is unloaded. But let me show you this. See right there? It has the hammers exposed. Most coach guns, whether they're single trigger or double triggers, have the hammers internally. The new coach guns that have external hammers are very expensive. I could have gone with CZ at $1,100. I could have gone Taylor's and Company right around the same cost. Cimarron makes one in the mid 600s, and I figured I want one, but do I really want to put that much into it to something new that's more beautiful than this? Because this has a little wear on it. Now, this is made by Jing Am Arms. It's a Chinese-made coach gun, probably many years ago. It seems to be in great condition. You can look at the bluing. It's pretty nice. The wood is just okay. You look over to this side, and you'll see there's some scratching right there. I figure I could get a marker or something just to touch that up, but I'm really not worried about it. No cracks in the wood or anything like that. But the one thing that this offers is the availability to cock one hammer and fire one hammer. Or you could cock 2 hammers and fire 2 at the same time, which is something I definitely want to do. I've seen other people do it, and I said, I want to do that one day when I grow up. And I suppose I grew up because I picked this up. Now, he had two of them. I went with this one because I like the bluing in the wood better. And he had it marked down a bit. They always say they mark it down. But it has the same components outside of the double triggers and the external hammers as the Stoeger coach gun I showed you with the single hammer and single trigger internal hammers. But it also has the safety on the tang there, and that does not automatically go into safe when you use the action. So anyways, this is a Jing Am Arms or Jing Am Arms SPM 12. It's not the best wood. It's not the best coach gun, but it seems to be shot very little because it is in really good shape, in my opinion. Now you're wondering, what did you pay for that? Because, you know, these things are cheap. I just rallied off some that were in the four figures. I paid $300 for this. And I will be getting this to the range. And I also want to give you a little close up on the table so you can take a look at it. You can, I guess, decide for yourself if you think I did well. I know I did well because it was something I wanted. If I overpaid a little bit, I'm okay with that. But you can hardly find these anymore. They call these rabbit ears because it looks like a rabbit with the ears up there. But let me go ahead and get it on the table and you can get a closer look. I never promised you a rose garden, and this is not a rose garden, but it's in pretty decent shape, I have to tell you. 20-inch barrels, the bluing looks nice. It has a serrated raised rib with a gold dot right there. And here are the rabbit ear hammers. All right, they are rebounding. And it was weird because when I opened up the action, it didn't seem like when you pull the trigger that it actually, I have it on safe there, that it actually dropped. You see a gap between the hammer and the firing pin. However, if you put your finger here just lightly, you don't want to squeeze on there, you can feel that firing pin strike the finger. All right, so that was my unscientific way of knowing if the thing works. But there's a look at the action. Here's that scuff mark I was showing you on the video over there. It was it's okay. Wish it had a butt pad, especially if firing both at the same time. Looking forward to this, guys. I have to tell you, I am. Do you think I did well for $300? Came with this leather sling, can be adjusted. It's on its smallest setting right now, but for $300, look at the wood on this side. Not bad for an older shotgun, all wood for $300. You could go out to dinner with your family, have a nice meal and a few drinks, and burn through $300. I think I did okay. And the one thing about this that attracted me was that it was in such better shape than the other one the guy had, and I liked the bluing and then the external hammers. That's what really drew me to this, and I actually had to learn how to fire two at the same time. You can't put your middle finger on the Y trigger or the trigger in the back. You have to bury your finger in there and then squeeze both at the same time to make it fire. That was actually a learning process. But there it is. Gun show score? Well, perhaps. Certainly happy to own it. If you like videos like this, please subscribe and share. I always appreciate thumbs up button. Thanks for watching, and you guys be safe.